Well, the DOJ finally released the affidavit.
I'm not like everybody else.
Now, guys, before we discuss this affidavit, I want to go ahead and kind of throw this out here. Now, guys, I got this right from the Daily Wire about an hour ago, and of course, I looked into this a little bit more, so this is what we're going to be talking about in this video. But here's the thing: I want you guys to, and you guys kind of see right here that, yeah, it doesn't really help. They said it's not fully redacted, but then again, though, it kind of looks to me like it's pretty much been redacted. It's kind of weird how they just kind of like just kind of black everything out. Of course, we're finding out that the affidavit mostly contains background information about the officers themselves acting with this. So once again, on the surface, it kind of looks like a great big giant nothing burger. Now, guys, I want to just kind of throw this out here. Why in the world would you release this affidavit on a Friday? Friday typically tends to be the slowest day of the news cycle. It typically tends to be the day that nobody is actually watching. It typically tends to be the day in which everybody is checked out because people are getting ready for the weekend. At least those right there who have lives, not the left-wing morons that work over at TYT, which I'm pretty sure they're going to have a field day with trying to come up with more and more bullshit to kind of feed that channel. But the thing is this right here. You release something on a day like this where so that way people are not really paying attention. So even the people who already have a very slanted view against the former president, they're going to go ahead and come on out and just believe whatever the hell the FBI or the DOJ says. Whereas people who are on the right, they typically tend to just not really worry about it. So therefore, you're not getting full information. I mean, news like this right here would be better released, I think, on something like a Monday or Tuesday when people are actually paying attention to it. But here we are at this moment in time looking at this redacted DOJ affidavit that, quite frankly, has for the most part been blotted out. Now, guys, these right here came from Sean Davis's Twitter feed. I didn't include any clips in this video, but here's the thing, and to me, it's kind of laughable to see people defend the FBI at this point in time. So you're giving us the affidavit. You're giving us the full contents of the affidavit. You're giving it to us on a Friday, the slowest news day of the week. And you're blotting out all of the words. I mean, is this for some type of joke, or is exactly what we all thought it was going to be? Just a great big giant nothing burger. I think people need to understand at this point in time that the Department of Justice and the FBI, for the most part, is kind of a joke, just like this administration it is. Which, by the way, we're now finding out that Biden did, in fact, know about the raid that was coming. Of course, like I said before, forgive the squeaking of the chair, I apologize. But like I said before, Merrick Garland is just a figurehead. He's being told what the hell to do. The same way Biden is being told what the hell to do. The same way Susan Rice and Ron Klain are being told what the hell to do. Like I said, this right here, this entire thing breeds nothing more than just a great big giant joke, just a great big giant meme. So you're going to give us all this information, the contents of the affidavit. You're going to spend more time talking about the people who were involved, the actual agents themselves, which, by the way, we found out later on, they had actually been at Mar-a-Lago pretty much the entire day. They arrived there actually that morning, and they were there pretty much all day. It didn't become a news story until later on that night, probably on a prime time for a reason, so that way people could kind of see what the hell was going on. And obviously their attempt, for the most part, failed. And then you then release the affidavit once you've been challenged. And again, you see that this affidavit is mostly just words that have been blacked out. Just a great big giant joke, which for the most part, I think most of our federal law enforcement is. I mean, you keep hearing people talk about defund the FBI. Now, me personally, I'm not in favor of that. I think what should happen is that we should reform the FBI the same way we reform most of our intelligence agencies, because they've kind of gotten to the point to where they have a little bit too much power, if you guys know what I'm saying. Let us also not forget that this judge, the one who signed off on this Reinhardt guy, was connected to Epstein. We brought this up last week. We brought this up 2 weeks ago. It's been around for a while. So what is this really? Just a great big giant joke. Just the FBI's attempt at faux transparency, or the DOJ's attempt at faux transparency. I'm starting to believe that they're one and the same. I mean, obviously, when they work together, you could just go ahead and call it the Department of Justice or the FBI, because that's what the hell it really is. And of course, the American people are seeing at this moment in time, or at least those who are paying attention, that this entire organization is nothing more than a great big giant joke, which many of us have been thinking that it was. I mean, guys, really, what have the feds really and truly done that was actually great? Now, guys, I'm going to be leaving a video from another content creator who actually has a little more explanation on the FBI itself in the description box of this video, and leave some actual history there as well. I want you guys to read it, because if I recall quickly, the FBI was a law enforcement agency that was originally designed to go after street crime. It was originally designed to go after mobsters, prohibition, people of that nature there, your Al Capones, your gangsters, your Pretty Boy Floyds, your John Dillingers. That is exactly what the FBI was designed to do. And since then it has evolved, and of course J. Edgar Hoover, when he was the head of the FBI, he used to get wiretaps on people. Martin Luther King, for example. I mean, I want to say John Lennon at one point in time was also in those wiretaps. Now, guys, all this information that's gone out there, of course, the heads of the FBI, they have pretty much all types of information on just about anybody. I mean, that's basically what the FBI has turned into, is nothing more than an intelligence operation or an intelligence gathering agency. So you got to ask yourself a question: when is the FBI when are people going to realize that the federal law enforcement has too much power? Now, I can already hear somebody in the comments section say, "Well, why the hell are you saying this? Weren't you conservatives about backing the blue?" Yeah, us conservatives, we're about backing local law enforcement, meaning that we back the people who coordinate stuff like, say, I don't know, ambulances. If grandmama has a heart attack or whatnot, law enforcement's got to say the scene is secure, so that way EMS can go in there and take care of that. Same thing with fire departments. You see, law enforcement is a necessity, but you can be pro-law enforcement without actually being an actual honest-to-God bootlicker. And that right here is, for the most part, what conservatives do, is that we back our local law enforcement, meaning our city police and our deputy sheriffs, which, by the way, deputy sheriffs are, or not the deputy sheriff himself, but the actual county sheriff itself is normally elected every 2 to 4 years. You see, when you have sheriff's departments, and by the way, I think it was Styx Hexenhammer brought this up a long time ago, and it was actually a very, very good idea, and I'm going to go ahead and quote him right now. If you have sheriff's departments instead of actual police departments inside each small town, what it does is it allows the people to hold the sheriff's departments accountable through their actual vote. If we don't like the sheriff, we don't like the way things are running, we can vote him out. The next guy can come in there and he can tell people that they're no longer needed their services. There's a difference between local law enforcement than state and federal law enforcement. FBI is supposed to be the state federal law enforcement bureau, and at this moment in time, we're finding out that it's being used as a political tool. I mean, these people should have arrested Hillary Clinton a long time ago. Also, we're finding out that the FBI was instructed not to go after Hunter Biden, somebody who, quite frankly, should be. I'm not saying that Hunter Biden should go to prison or anything, even though I personally think he should, because of all the stuff that's being uncovered on the laptop, but I think Hunter Biden should definitely be held, and we need to find out exactly how much he has. It's almost like the FBI has got a whole wall of crap there that they need to be investigating. They're refusing to do so because they're probably being told by the Department of Justice head, Attorney General Merrick Garland, not to touch this, who, by the way, is being told by Joe Biden not to touch this, who, by the way, is being told by Susan Rice and Ron Klain, do not let him touch that. And, of course, there's probably somebody behind the scenes, I think we all know who's got the information on everybody, and he's probably sitting there in the back. He's probably sitting there in his home out there on the beach, and he's probably saying to himself, you know what, how many times have I got to do this? How many times have I got to go out there and try to put something fake on the previous president of the United States to keep me from getting busted? Because I'm pretty much guarantee you guys that whatever the hell was in the Hunter Biden laptop is pretty damn damning. Okay, I know I said pretty damn damning, but yes, it's pretty damning. I'm pretty sure that whatever the hell there is on Joe is pretty freaking bad. I mean, why else would they keep going out of their way to arrest a president who, quite frankly, they've been trying to arrest for the past 7 years? And let's think about it real quick. Let's just go back in time. I'm going to end the video on this note right here. Let's look at this, okay? 2015, tax returns. 2016, Billy Bush tape. Well, of course, the Billy Bush tape wasn't exactly a good thing. By the way, we found out later on that that was actually Paul Ryan and the Republicans who released that one. They were content with losing an election. Okay, what else? Oh, what else? Yeah, Russia collusion. Then there's the Very Fine People hoax. There's that. Now you got this stuff where they're blaming the guy for the vaccines. That video will be out tomorrow. I scrubbed that video today to release that one right there tomorrow. You've got that there. Okay, impeachment. Let's impeach him over a phone call. Let's keep going after the guy. You see, every time they keep going after the former president, every time they keep going after Donald Trump, he just simply gets stronger and stronger and stronger. It's almost like the guy's got like the devil's luck or something like that there. Every time you keep touching him, well, actually, I would call it the hand of God on him is what I would actually call it, because the people who are coming after him are obviously people of nefarious means and nefarious purposes, very, very evil people. You keep going after this guy over and over and over again, the only thing you're going to do is make this guy a martyr. I think I've said that in 2 separate videos. But here's the other thing, too. It makes people lose absolute trust in their institutions when you release an affidavit like this, and let's just go ahead and be honest about it. I'd say about 85% of it's been blotted out, and the rest of it's just the information on the agents who were there at the actual scene. Guys, John Claymore here. I just figured I'd make this video really, really quick. Go ahead and release this. It's going to be out about 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Don't worry, there'll be 2 videos out tomorrow. If you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, stuff in the comment section, and I'll see you guys later.